Truck 17, command.
Go ahead, Truck 17.
Primary complete.
Command copies, primary complete.
What's up, folks, and welcome to another episode of Primary Complete. Before we kick off the show, do us a quick favor. Like and subscribe. At the end of the show, if you enjoyed it, leave a quick comment. These simple little things make our platform more visible to folks who are looking for the type of show that we produce. For all of you who are constantly interacting with us on social media, talking about the show in your firehouses and with your friends, we can't say thank you enough for helping us build this awesome community. If you haven't yet, check out the social media. Search Primary Complete Podcast on Insta, Facebook, TikTok. Give it a quick like. We also got a website. Feel free to check that out. www.primarycompletepodcast.com. Thank you all once again. Enjoy the next episode and continue to help us make conversation great again.
For like reasons not to do drugs, and they had the frying pan, and then they cracked the egg in there. Mm-hmm. Is that what your brain feels like in school?
Yeah. Most days it's like show up to class and it's a big healthy dose of what the hell is all this shit?
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, yeah, it's just like 2 hours of, I don't know, 60 conditions or something. Some days it's a lot. Some days it's developing on, is like building upon, like, you know, like hypertension's a big one. That's a huge block. So there's a lot of slides on that, but it's getting better. I've got my groove. First semester was a shit show. It was, it's not as conjoined. It's not as like, it wasn't as like all like put together or like not. So we have like 6 different classes and they weren't all on the same page. Whereas now in this semester they are. So right now we just finished cardiology and we're going into GI. But last semester was just like, we had our big anatomy and physiology class. And then building upon like a bunch of different like rheumatology cases, dermatology, just a lot of different conditions. It was just a lot of studying. It's good 16-hour days, weekends. Yeah, you don't really let up a lot. But, I mean, my experience has definitely helped me a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could never imagine going into that like totally blind. Like,
there's all of them. Pretty much most of them there are learning the stuff for the first time. And it's like you have to understand the foundation of it, which I already have. Mm-hmm. And then all these different diagnostic tests, all the medications to treat it, what it could lead into, you know, all the different, you know, criterias for diagnosis. And I couldn't have done it straight out of high school or straight out, you know, go to high school, go to college and do this. Like I would have even gotten in. My grades were so horrible back then.
Learning with the application is key for me. Like if I can't see the why or the application of it, I don't keep it. You know, maybe I can pass your test, but then after that, it's gone.
are you like a super genius in there?
Genius.
Like in comparison to everybody else, when they're talking about, you just talked about medications. You mentioned medications, so just going back on your past knowledge. So, like when they ask a question and you're like, what medications do you think can treat this? And you spat off something, they're like, is everybody like turning their chair? Like,
sometimes. And some of the professors like to pick on me because they know my experience, especially one guy, Dr. Harrigan. He'll like, we'll go and we do sim cases with the sim mans, you know, God, one day he was making me angry because he just kept calling me Professor King and he kept going at me. But like,
it's like being at the firehouse again.
Yeah.
But no, yeah. It's I usually get some looks. Or there's one other girl with that worked EMS. She just worked a little bit, and she always turns around like, "We know this," and I'm like,
Nice. Yeah.
"Yeah."
How realistic are those? What do you call them?
The sim mans.
Yeah.
They're like God, like $80,000 mannequins. So they breathe, they blink. I guess they can maybe talk. We haven't gotten too advanced with them yet. They have IVs in them. You can push medications, and I think there's like, it knows if you're given the right medication or dosage. There's probably some sort of like thing on the syringe, and it might be able to measure the like how much you're supposed to do it. So we have them. Basically it's just, we haven't done a lot with them, but the professors will kind of talk to us, you know, kind of like you do with the TSOPs.
Yeah.
They'll play the patient, so they kind of do that. And we do have a couple of other like procedural mannequins, like we've done this in January. We did pulmonology, so we did thoracentesis, which is draining fluid from the lungs, like the sac that around the lungs. You get fluid buildup.
Right.
So you come in from the back approach. So you use ultrasound, and it had this nice little thing, and you can kind of see bones in it. And pop the needle in there, and
Yeah.
How long is said needle?
at least 2 inches. It's like an 18 gauge IV, but that's 2 inches. And then this month we did a pericardiocentesis, where you come in under the sternum and drain fluid from around the heart for cardiac tamponade. It's
Yeah.
fun. I'm so happy. Like last semester, we didn't do anything hands-on except for the cadaver labs, which we really didn't do anything in there except move around stuff and dig around in the bodies and find different structures and stuff. But
Like actual bodies?
oh god, yeah.
Oh my god!
So the
Are they wearing name tags? I don't know why. Hey, Bob, I'm gonna shift some stuff over here.
no, but the main lead professor, he meets everyone that donates their body before they die and talks to the family. So he knows them. He knows their story. Like he's very committed. He's been there. Like you see all these like class photos. It's at the Brody School of Medicine, and you see all the class photos, and he's like back there doing this. Like I mean, the 80s or 70s. He's been there forever. His name's now I'm gonna Dr. Smith, I think. Yeah.
That's wild. Holly's real dad. She had as a biological dad. Then Robert Earl was her stepdad, the one that she always called dad. But his name was Chuck Denton, and when he died, they donated his body to East Carolina.
I mean,
It's wild. He was like a real bad alcoholic and stuff. So
Yeah.
I guess they studied his,
Perfect.
Yeah.
studied his liver and whatnot or whatever. So
liver's heavy.
yeah, I guess
It's dense and heavy.
it's delicious. I don't know about human liver, but
Thank you for clarifying that last
I
part.
don't know. The ones I was looking at, I would definitely not want to sample. But yeah, it's cool. Yeah. So like the medical students, they learn by dissecting. So they do hours and hours of dissecting them. They're just a little bit ahead of us. So when they're done exposing the certain area that we're learning at, then it's time for us to come in. They use like sawzalls and stuff and like cut them straight down the middle.
what brand?
DeWalt.
Free plug.
Yep.
Yeah.
They were
This
just
is not a paid advertisement.
I didn't see any Chicago Electrics in there. They got
Yeah,
somebody.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't have it crap out on you mid cut.
No.
Are they corded, like
Yeah.
corded power stuff, or are they battery?
Corded.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked.
Why?
You can demo half a house with a 18-volt battery, and they can't cut off an arm.
They're not that new.
I got
Definitely
you.
the older generations. I mean, you get some gunk in them. You don't want to buy brand new.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like a real world depiction of the hog killing we have every year. That's kind of exactly what it's like. I
Yeah.
guess.
And then when we're done, they just bag them up, just put them in a bag, send them back to the family. They do with them what they want. You know, bury them or cremate them.
That part's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Just that part.
Well, okay.
Just that one
It's-
particular part.
Like the ones that have never been involved in medical before, they were definitely like at first. It's a shock when you first see them because you start with the back and the upper arm, so like face down you see his back exposed, and so it took a few times for some of the people in my class to kind of get over it.
I'm sure.
One girl, she didn't touch one until finally towards the end of last semester.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you on an ambulance or a fire truck when you crossed that bridge?
Probably ambulance.
Yeah.
Yeah, starting to see a few gnarly people that have been missing for a couple weeks.
Yeah. No thanks.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
still not good. I still don't want to see that, but
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
eventually it just becomes a body.
Yeah.
Yeah. That desensitizing process, it's weird to explain. Like,
Yeah,
If you know, you know. If you don't,
Sure.
you'll figure it out.
it's important when you're going to be exposed to that because you got to maintain professionalism. You've got to be that strong person for the family because the family's going to be there. They don't want to see you like freaking out and throwing up, even though sometimes it does happen. But
Yeah.
yeah, you got to be that strong suit for the family. Got that calm, stoic.
Yeah.
When was the last time you seen one? You've been on the truck for so
Oh,
long.
You mean like a I don't know to what level
I
of
don't know.
DOA
Yeah.
we do
Any
we want to
any
go
sort of
here. Yeah.
any sort of trauma that
I mean-
a normal person would not. And
I guess probably the last one would have been Christmas 2 years ago
Oh, okay.
on I-40.
Oh, okay.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess that probably would have been the last like real bad one.
Ah.
But yeah, several since then, overdoses and whatnot. I mean, it's, is what it is. But like actual bad off one was probably I-40. Yeah.
Yeah, there's two different categories. There's like trauma,
Yes.
and then there's natural, but time has taken place.
Sure.
Yeah, either one is not enjoyable or fun.
Right.
Yeah.
Part of the job, I guess.
Part of the
as
job,
they
yeah.
say.
Everybody knows
Yeah.
if you're in the industry.
Yeah. So besides schoolwork and whatnot, Mr. Jeremy, and growing a world-known now beard.
World
Put
class.
That, you put that thing on. It's on the internet, dude. It's world famous
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. Internet roots are just going everywhere with that beard right now.
I'm having to dive into beard culture. I got my oil I put on it. I've got my.
It's got a nice sheen.
I've got my my shower or whatever, the beard wash I use on it. Because otherwise, man, it does get itchy. And,
Yeah.
it sucks. Especially trying to grow it out. But man, it does help.
Yeah, when I was out with my finger, I had a nice looking beard and goatee. It looked nice, but it's irritating. So
Yes.
irritating.
Yeah, the oil is key.
Yeah.
Like it's clutch. My brother told me that. My brother's got one that's like down to his chest now. Yeah, it's pretty impressive. But I'm not gonna go that far.
You got to keep it professional.
I don't think
Yeah.
meditation's something
DNA
like that.
decided that I'm never going to have to budget for beard care products.
It's like patchy like Joe Dirt.
Yeah.
Dude, I've seen you with you grew it out there for a while, and I was like, bro, keep it up. You
I
got
know.
this. It looks fantastic.
When Dad was sick, I was out for a while, and I let it grow some, but it was never like this. Like it was just impressive for my scale.
Yeah, I think for the 2448 podcast that just came out, I got to looking at the little clips that was coming up, and I was like, I had a little bit of a chin strap going on there.
Yeah, I've watched a few of those clips.
Yeah, that was fun, man. What a excellent group of people that is up there.
The whole experience was
Yeah, it was
Nice.
outstanding. Sam's in town too, by the way.
Really?
Yes, he is.
What's he doing?
the EMS seminar or some sort of EMS world.
Oh,
EMS conference or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know where it's at either.
here?
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. I don't know where
I'm
it's.
out of that world now. I don't know.
I don't know where it's located at, but anyway, yeah. So, but he's in town, so it's pretty cool. I don't know if did he ever say if he was a student participating or if he's like trade showing it?
I think it's trade show.
Ah,
Is he a medic? Or-
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that about him.
Yeah.
I mean, I only know that one time.
I didn't check his certification, but he
Right.
rides an ambulance in some
Oh,
capacity.
okay.
Yeah,
He's
I
out
think-
of Hendersonville. Is that what you said?
yes,
Is that right?
yeah. Well, that's basically kind
area?
of like where he lives.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, I would sign off on that area for sure.
yeah. So but I think that's where he kind of got his start. You remember we talked to him a little bit in the beginning. He was asking our origin story or whatnot, but then he mentioned that kind of how he started and all that, and it was all in the fire EMS world.
So I figured if he has a podcast called the 2448.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He seemed like he got more of that John Wayne time exposure up there.
There's,
Yeah.
there's probably a lot of that up there.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah,
Like
just-
rescue squad probably.
Yeah, that
I
and
bet.
just any sort of volunteer help
Yeah.
or personnel is just so spread thin.
Yeah.
Yeah. In a small way, I never got to experience that part. So that part
Yeah.
makes me jealous a little bit.
Yeah, I didn't really either. There's every now and again call we'd get in the middle of the night and we'd run to the substation, get another truck or something like that. But yeah, not much of it. Not much of that either. Ooh, and when we ran mutual aid, we only we had 3 on shift. This is in Clinton. So we had 2 on shift, and on a mutual aid call, 2 people would get on a different engine and go, and that would leave 1 at the firehouse.
It's kind of like Rocky Point a little bit. Sometimes you still got a good response, but yeah.
It's sketchy.
Yeah.
Speaking of Rocky Point, man, those juggers have been catching jobs.
Really?
They sure have.
My goodness. Yes. I think Steve's fought more fire out in New Hanover County in the past probably 6 months than he has in the county in probably the past 6 years.
What's fire again?
Yeah. Rapid oxidation. Yeah, we need to get back to the basics. Yeah.
I can't tell you the last one.
Yeah, it's been brush fire season around and Rocky Point.
Yeah, it's been dry.
Yeah, combined brush fires with buildings in the area. Yeah.
Makes it fun.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been busy. 13 is not known for being busy, but it's been
It definitely wasn't over Christmas break.
No.
I think I ran like 2 calls.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a slow house. It's
Maybe
all right.
maybe busy's not the word. Maybe steady.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not steady either. Yeah. It has been. The last couple of tours has been more entertaining. We have a real
gotcha.
brush truck. So, like, we ran over hundreds of small trees the other day. I love that stuff. Yeah. I obviously like structures that are on fire, but if you give me a brush truck and a woods fire, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want anything to do with that.
Yeah. Not your deal.
No.
I love it. I don't know why, but
Yeah,
I
I'm
just
not
think
a
it's
big
fun.
wildland fire
Yeah.
person.
No. I suppose ever since spending 7 days up there in Chimney Rock
Yeah.
and dealing with that, it's not really.
I've never had a multi-day.
Yeah.
Like, it's always,
7 of them.
yeah, we show up, chase it around, get in front of it, knock it out. And,
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm
Yeah,
good.
5 acres or less.
Yeah, I'm good.
I've never been a part of those 100-acre, 1,000-acre.
Yeah, that's what Carlos left and is doing now.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, he left?
Yeah, he's gone. He left, and apparently his brother runs a crew somewhere up there in Washington State or something like that. Somewhere I could be butchering that, but yeah, somewhere in the western part of the world. And he left here and went to work for him. I don't blame him. Kid's 23 years old. I mean, his family lives in Florida.
Heck yeah.
Deuces.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a go getter. So I mean,
Sure,
that's
praise.
perfect for him.
Decent.
Yeah, I imagine. How's the fam with you being gone and stuff so much?
Overall, pretty good. They stay busy. Melissa works a lot. She's been a fantastic trooper. She's maintains everything here, works. She's the sole provider now. I live
Yeah.
off of student loans, but she keeps everything afloat here. The boys, they're growing. Noah starts high school next year.
Oh my God!
No, he's been going through selecting his classes, and he's starting to really grow, and he's slimming, getting
Yeah.
rid of his baby fat, and starting to look like it's just this morning though, it's my birthday, and he said that he woke up, he goes, "Happy birthday, old man." So I had to grab him and power slam him. And
Yeah.
I was like, insert my dominance.
Yeah.
But it just made me think of the movie Hot Rod, and it's just eventually that dynamic's going to change, and then he's going to be the man. And then yeah.
Happy birthday.
He's gonna be
Thank you.
slamming your old ass.
Yeah, yeah. Pretty soon, he's getting there. Andrew starts middle school next year. He's doing pretty good. But yeah, I wake up every day praying I'm not causing emotional and mental trauma with him. But so far, I
Yeah.
haven't seen any. We definitely miss, and being away and having technology like FaceTime and stuff is pretty helpful. So you actually
Yeah.
see. So
Yeah.
we try to stay in regular contact, and I come home most weekends.
Mm-hmm.
There's some weekends where I do stay if I have a heavy exam schedule the following week.
Yeah. And it's an investment. This is not forever.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, temporary. Holly's going through school right now too, so she's
Really?
yeah. So I mean, she's not in school; she's doing all her stuff online. But it's still after the 5 o'clock job, it's into school time till 9:30, 10 o'clock or whatever it be. Which is one reason we kind of switched the schedule of the shows kind of around. We do a lot of morning stuff now versus evening. So I mean, it's hectic on his schedule a little bit more,
Yeah.
but it's not
It's
too
all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not too terrible on mine, and it works out because then I can still be home to pick up the kids and do all the stuff with them while she knocks out her school. So she'll be done. She'll be done with her 2-year in May. I think May 16th or something like that. She'll be.
What's she trying to
done with
get?
that. I don't know if she knows.
Okay.
She wanted to finish her 2-year, so she'll be done with that, and then I suppose she's going to roll into her 4-year, but she just doesn't know in what yet.
I gotta get that.
She wants to do something where she can be more, I guess, involved with the kids. Because John Matthew, for long he'll be in middle school, so he'll be traveling for sports and all that kind of stuff. So she wants to be able to go to that stuff. And if she's working till 5 o'clock, then they're playing in Beulahville or something like that. She'll never make it to a 4 o'clock game or a 4:30 game or something like that. I don't know. She has trust issues. Sorry, Holly. Yeah, she has trust issues. She's like,
that's
I don't want
normal.
she's like, I don't want him riding a bus and then riding a bus home or relying on somebody else to bring him home when I can do that. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah. No.
Tell you, that's been the biggest thing for us is we've had to let the boys kind of be a little bit more independent because Melissa's going off to work and I'm not there. But we've had some great neighbors that take Andrew to school. Then Noah now walks to school and they get themselves home and they take care of themselves, and then
Yeah.
we have several neighbors that are there during the day that work out of their house, so they got lifelines. But yeah, watching that, it is tough to let them, or when we didn't have really much of a choice, but it's pretty cool to see them actually be able to do stuff on their own and take care of themselves.
Yeah, they're learning.
Yeah.
My guess is that will put them so far further in advanced as they get older as well, being exposed to this now. They'll be so far ahead of other kids.
I guess I'll keep that.
Yeah,
I'll keep that thought in my head instead of emotional. They're going to be in 18 hours of psych a day talking to a psychiatrist.
I don't think that's
daddy issues.
I don't think.
I don't think so either. Yeah.
Yeah. They'll be so far ahead of folks, other kids, because they'll be a lot more self-reliant and stuff like that. It's good for them.
Yeah. So there's a kid in Andrew's class last semester that I don't know what. This kid's kind of been in like his little bully. They were friends, and now the kid's a hole. But he told like everybody in the class like that I went out to get the milk and never came back.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
he's a fifth grader.
Yeah.
I have never wanted to go punch a fifth grader so hard in my life.
It's a good joke.
It is a good joke, but Andrew's not that kind of a jokester.
Yeah. Keenan got into an altercation at school a few days ago, and it was all based on like a good joke that landed, and the butt of the joke, the dude wasn't happy about it. Keenan didn't get credit for the joke. He was like, I didn't even say it, but it was a good one. So if I'd come up with it, maybe. But the kid had a peanut allergy, and he was standing, I guess, near Keenan, and the kid with the good joke was like, how can you be allergic to nuts when you play with them all the time? Yeah.
Bro, that's amazing.
That is
Yeah. It's really tough to like hear the story and not just bust out in laughter. Yeah.
Keenan tell it completely straight faced and then
Yeah.
smile at the punchline.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like just kind of crack that little
Yeah.
smile and you're like,
Yeah. He knew it was a good joke. He was like, it wasn't me. The kid thought it was him. So they ended up having a little scuffle. But he was like, it wasn't even me, but, whatever.
man. How have you had much time to kind of keep in touch with all the new stuff that's going around the fire service and all that stuff? Or are you just so far disconnected and not able to stay with it because of school?
I really I text you guys and then that one chat thread we're in.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't really talk to very many people. I saw Chief Smith this weekend. We were at doing a Scouts event. She's a leader in Scouts, and we were both going through something to get inducted into it's like a fraternal organization.
Yeah.
It's just an ordeal that I had to go through, and she was going through a level above. So I talked to her briefly. She just said everything's the same. I was like, okay. I don't know really much.
I think in her world, it is all the same.
Yeah, she just talked about like accreditation happening. I was like, I was still part of the department then.
Yeah.
But no, what's the scoop?
Not just necessarily here, but just nationwide. The whole IFF pushing the PFAS agenda and all that.
Yeah, I'm still in the union as a active retiree, so I get the emails, and I've been seeing this stuff with EDSO coming into the state this past month, and everything's pushing. That's good, but I don't know the nuts and bolts of it. I know they got a lawsuit going.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know where it's going to go. I know this stuff is bad. We sat here and had a good conversation with Brian Goodman. He's the founding member of ISHA. I'm going to mess up that if I try to explain that acronym.
Right.
I'll have to go back in my notes and look. But they're the ones kind of, I guess, pushing the spear on this thing with the research and all that stuff's going. So he shined a lot of light and educated us a lot about it and stuff like that. So I mean, it's bad stuff, no doubt. I'm skeptical, of course, but that's just the skeptic in me. It's just I don't want to see anybody get hurt, but at the same time, I don't want to not fight fire.
Yeah,
so, I don't know.
What have they implemented as far as like? I know that they tried to push not wearing like gear to medical calls and unnecessary. Anything else they've
that and one of the strong recommendations was your older gear, the stuff it off gases, so it's getting weaker and weaker as the gear has age on it. So I'm trying to remember how he worded it. That's a paraphrase.
radiation
he was
decay.
like wash it 5 times before. Like if you get new gear, wash it 5 times,
Yeah, wash it 5 times before you put it in service.
and then still limit your time in it. It's almost. I just whistled really loud. You hear that one? That was a good one. It's almost like a holding pattern. Like all the data is like this avalanche of information, and then what we're going to do about it. So we're stuck in this middle. So
That's the problem with discovering something new in research, because you got to do trials to figure out, what I learned in like epidemiology and undergrad. You know a problem's there, and if you do like a study in time of people, like how many cancer cases you have that wore turnout gear for so many amount of times, if you look at just a point in time now, you can't develop causation.
there's
Correlation
no-
is not causation. So there's a correlation, but you can't put a finger on it unless you actually do long-term studies. But it's like we don't have long-term.
yeah,
Those of us that have been around in it a long time, we're in that danger zone, and the new generation can't wait for us to do 10 to 15 years of a proactive study looking now. But
Well, I know he's he's been sending supplements, or he's been constantly feeding these big universities and the ones that are doing the studies, like materials and all this kind of other stuff. So I think they've got like up to 15 years now of like
Back data.
Yeah,
Yeah,
back data. So I don't know. We'll see. You saw Edzo meet with the president.
Yeah.
How cool is that?
that's pretty cool. Yeah,
what'd you say? What was
like
that?
Biden, like he met with.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw Biden was giving up a speech about that. Whatever you want to think about him, but he was up there talking about
Yeah.
the dangers of the service.
Calling attention to the problem, it's never a bad thing. I don't care where anybody falls on a political spectrum. Like, we have an issue, and we're trying to fix it.
Right.
It's just funny, the whole washing thing, the gear washing thing. And I remember getting my first turnout gear, and it's just like, do not wash it.
Bruh,
You got 30 washes in this thing, in this $4,000 set of gear. Do not wash it.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
mentioned
Until you
that.
just can't
Yeah.
stand it anymore. It's just funny, that whole shift, like wash the hell out of it now.
Yeah.
Wash it till it disintegrates.
yeah, we were told the same thing. Like, do not wash it.
Yeah, and we talked about that with Brian. We were like, it's just funny. We were told to not wash our gear, and now we're being told to wash the gear, and it's confusing, and it's confusing for us who've been in it for a while. I can't imagine what it's like to new folks. Maybe it's easier. I don't know.
I mean, it's just it. Lifestyle for them. It's just
I guess.
Yeah.
status
I
quo for
guess.
them.
I wonder if time is going to show that, before we knew about PFAS, everything was pointing toward being in the structure with it on fire was exposing you to all these cancer-causing things. And now it's like, was it the house or was it just the gear? And I'm sure there's risk of being in a house that's on fire. That's fun to say. But I don't think it was as bad as they made it out. Not on purpose. They weren't making it out on purpose. It was just, we didn't know.
Yeah, they were finding a problem, and they were doing something to try to be proactive.
Yeah, dudes were getting cancer, and they're like, it's got to be from going in
It's
the
gotta
house.
be the house. It's
Yeah.
gotta be the smoke.
Yeah.
I think it could have been. I mean, you get these like, the PFAS stuff in our gears, like the repellent, the water repellent, and they put those on the furniture. I remember spraying that stuff when I worked at Bassett Furniture, treating them with that stuff. Not wearing gloves or just getting it on my skin.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I mean,
That's why your beard's so shiny.
That's it.
Yeah, all that oil seeped in, and now it's just coming out.
Yeah. The timeline, they say that building materials changed. So as it got more plastic and all the poly this and poly that, the cancer numbers started going up, which is true. But now we know that the PFAs also came in.
Was it the same time, around the
Yeah.
same time frame?
Yeah, so it's interesting. It's not as simple. Like you were saying, association and causation. Like
Correlation is not causation.
Yeah, so it's going to take time and people smarter than me to figure it out. But it is interesting that it's a time to open your eyes and look around.
I agree. I agree. We'll see where it goes from here. I don't know.
Yeah, that's the problem with like environmental disease states. Like disease states that you can associate with environmental problems, but you can't go do a biopsy and be like, oh, I found this chemical in it. This is why those genes have mutated. You know, you can treat it and you can speculate on what caused it or what caused the cancer, but, you know.
Yeah,
you
still
can't-
kind of guessing.
Yeah, you can't find that source and then eliminate it. You know, sucks.
Who knows? Who knows?
This easy answer right away is if we're flooding our gear with this PFA to make it last longer, just stop doing that. Like, we already have to replace it after 10 years anyway. It ages out. So just quit spraying that stuff on the gear. I don't know.
Yeah, that seems to be to me anyway, that's the most troubling part, is that there's, just like there is almost with everything that you're trying to bring something new or anything like that, there's another side that's debating it. And there's companies and whatnot that are fighting for the opposite. Like it's not a real thing, it's fine. And it's I guess just the level of corruption. I'm sure as the studies and all that, and now this progresses through, Brian's got some stuff. He even said it in our show that, there's some stuff going to be coming out later this year, in which we'll get him down here to discuss it. But there's definitely some levels of corruption, in all this crap, which is, it's mind blowing. It's the fire service, It's supposed to be, it's supposed to be an honorable thing, and it's not supposed to be wrapped around a dollar bill. Jesus Christ, none of us ever did this because we get paid great.
Yeah,
And
but they do.
Yeah, I guess somebody does. I don't
It's
know.
like insurance companies not paying out for certain procedures because they don't, I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a thing. That was a thing. I jumped off subject big time, but that was a thing with platelet-rich plasma for a while. Insurance wouldn't, because Holly's dentist offices used it for forever.
Oh, yeah.
But it's not chargeable to the insurance. So therefore it was super expensive to the person, but it was extremely helpful. Like I've had it done in both my knees. They did it with my finger. Holly and them do it when they do like extractions and root canals and all that stuff. They'll take some of your blood, spin that mamma jamba, and shoot it right back in there, and like ups the healing process a bunch, apparently, I guess. But
It's funny,
it
like-
wasn't chargeable. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't like insurance wouldn't pay for it because it wasn't it wasn't a
Necessity.
thing yet. So
Yeah, it's like these doctors have to call the insurance companies to get prior approval for procedures, and they're arguing with people that learned how to do a computer call, like they're a call center person,
Right.
a physician who went through 8 years
Yeah.
of education and is probably, knows exactly what this person needs, and they have to argue and justify to the insurance person. They're like, no, it's not justified, or it's not necessary. It's not medically necessary, or you need to do this first. And it's like, no, I don't. This person's different. But they want everything to be black and white, but you got to start with the least amount of payout first. And then they got to talk to some doctor. And then they have to go to a doctor that's paid by the insurance company who's going to fight for the bottom line there.
Right.
And so it makes me question sometimes staying in medicine, but I really want to help people. But yeah, it's just that money.
Yeah. Follow the money.
only one color that matters.
I don't know how to
Green.
I don't know how to dig us out of this. Like, not in a capitalistic society, which I'm not arguing against capitalism, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how you win from that. How you change what has to
Yeah.
happen to change it.
That chemical, I think we talked about this before, the chemical they put in the pool. If you pee in the pool, it turns it like whatever. We need that for corruption. Yeah.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah.
You need like an implantable like BS like I don't know, something that like a light goes off when they're talking out their ass or something, or some sort of drug to inject it and turn it into like Jim Carrey and Liar Liar, where they can't tell. tell
Yeah, like a truth bubble that
Yeah.
floats around over their head, so everything that comes out of their mouth, you can read it above them, and if it's not the same thing, you're like,
Just a picture of a
wait
big,
a minute.
just a
Yeah.
picture of a big pile of shit.
Yeah. Bullshit.
I think Ron White said that he had that one of his bids doing comedy. He was like, I think it was Ron White, but he was like, wouldn't it be easier? It was back when the whole gay marriage and all this, the culture that we're in now as far as that particular topic goes. But it was when that was first getting started. He was like, it'd be so much easier if everybody just wore a sign around their neck that said, hey, I like this. And I
Sponsored
like
by-
that. Yeah, you can just walk around and be like, well, cool.
Yeah.
We like the same thing.
Yeah.
Or, hey, this will work. And it would just be so much easier, not confusing. Yeah, that is funny. Yeah, Truth Serum would be. I could think of a few people to inject that into right now. Right now.
Yeah, God, that'd be like a superpower.
Long dart.
Yeah,
Man.
that's what Wonder Woman's lasso is, right?
Yeah, the lasso of truth.
Yeah. See, it's got to exist.
How do you know that?
You've not seen the movie? It's amazing.
Do not know why he watched the movie.
I don't. Maybe I should watch it.
Yeah. It wasn't for the comics.
Oh. It's not for the storyline?
I've never read a comic. Yeah,
He can pretty much just watch it on mute and be happy.
yeah, that'll work. Oh, that's funny.
Oh, man. Yeah, I guess. Have y'all seen any of this is like so not fire related at all whatsoever, but it'll be fun to talk about. Have you seen any of the January 6th footage that's coming out?
My
Like
goodness, yeah.
Tucker Carlson and all that?
Recently, no.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude.
The dude
was
with the
it-
buffalo hat.
Yeah, 2
I've
days
seen
ago.
those videos.
2 days ago, I think, is when Tucker dropped all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's got like 44,000 hours of footage. If you take all the footage from the
All
Capitol,
the cell phones. And,
cell phones, I don't think there's any.
Yeah, mounted
Body
like security cameras.
Oh,
some
yeah.
are some are worthless. Like it's just a room that nothing happened
Yep,
in.
but it's a grand total of like 44,000 hours or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got this gigantic team of like hundreds of people like going through it and all kinds of stuff. It's pretty wild. But to see the like every now and again, he'll drop like 5 or 6 clips that are really compelling. And it's like, oh man,
compelling towards what?
that it's all horseshit.
What do you mean
Yeah.
by horseshit?
The whole
I don't watch TV. I don't
I
have
know.
time.
yeah.
Yeah,
But you know what January 6th was when
Exactly,
they
yes.
So it was supposed to be this big Trump thing. They stormed the
yeah,
Capitol building
yeah.
and all that stuff. Well, it turns out maybe and allegedly they weren't. They were kind of let in, and it was all
guided
It
around.
was all like this big black flag thing. It's wild. That
Yeah.
one guy who's in prison now for 4 years or whatever, the guy with the buffalo hat.
Yeah.
There's bunches of footage with like Capital City police officers like leading him around.
Yeah,
They're just-
escorting him.
yeah,
like
escorting
opening doors for him, and yeah.
And see, Tucker, when he got all these clips together, he sent them to Capitol Police so they could be like, yeah, that's us, or give him a chance to do anything about it. And they blurred out one thing, that one clip where they showed the Capitol Police officer going to the door and seeing if it was open and it's locked. That door is blurry, the only door in the whole place. So it's weird, man. There's a lot of weird stuff cracking. And at one time, he walks past like 9 of the Capital City police officers, and nobody ever does anything. They're just like staring at their phones. But yet he's in prison for trespassing,
Right.
and stuff like that. So stinks, dude. It stinks.
Yeah. It's another
Wow.
one of those things that as time goes by and the stuff gets revealed, it'll be different than it was sold in the beginning.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of wild. Yeah, you don't have time for that.
Nope. No.
And I don't blame you. I wouldn't take time for it either. Just some of the podcasts I listen to.
You guys
on
just
regular-
give me the cliff notes.
There you go.
Yeah, I guess that's the biggest one so far. And then, I mean, there's several with that are like cell phone videos and whatnot. There's this one where the Capitol police officer's like, "This is a giant setup. This is why they would not give us backup. This is set up. F this place. I hope they get in there and burn it down."
I think I
It's
saw
like,
that one.
whoa.
Yeah, that dude was a fireman at some point.
Or wanted to be.
Yeah, exactly.
Wanted to be.
The Ray of Capitol Police.
I'll open these gates. Oh man, how much school you got left? 100 years or so?
Feels like it. So I'm done with the classroom portion in December, and then I'll move to my clinical year next year, which hopefully I'll be able to do most of it here, which would be nice.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
nice.
there's ECU has a hub here in agreements, and I'm working on lining up my own clinical sites. I have a few people that are willing to take me on, so we'll start lining that up next fall or this coming fall. But yeah, and there might be a month or two I might have to be in Greenville to do clinical sites up there, and they have AHEC housing, which is the Allied Health Education. We have one here by the hospital, but yeah, they have apartments that I was basically just share an apartment with other random. It's not from the physician assistant program. It could be from a med student or dental student or somebody doing their clinicals. We just,
But not if you were here, right? If you were here,
No,
you'd
I'd
be
be
able-
home.
Okay, I was about
No,
to say, if
hell
you're
no.
here, you'd be able to leave, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you're saying when you go back up there, if you have to go back up there?
yeah, I'll just
whatnot.
use those Allied Health. Apparently, it's in The ones in Greenville are in my same apartment complex, which is nice. They're
Ah.
not bad. It's cheap,
got you.
but it's quiet.
I got you.
That's cool.
It'll be nice to have to pay for that apartment next year.
Yeah. So in a few years, you'll be off and running. In
December
the
24 is when we graduate. Then I'll have to take, kind of like when you get your EMT, you take a state exam. I'll take it's called the PANCE, which is the national exam for PA. So I'll take that, and then once I'm certified, then I think it's like a 3-month process of getting my DEA license to be able to prescribe, and lining everything up, and then
Damn.
I'll be an adult.
Yeah. I made it.
I made it.
What do you want to go into?
I'm not sure. Emergency medicine is always a good backup. There's some contention now with MDs and MPAs and nurse practitioners in the emergency room. I think COVID kind of really ramped it up to where now hospitals are hiring us more than doctors. So we're now a competing interest.
Right.
I get it.
Yeah.
And we're not a suitable replacement overall. We have a place, and we can do emergency, and we do emergency medicine already. But the doctors go through the 4 years of medical school, and then 4 years or so of residency, maybe a fellowship. So I mean, they got years of getting to a place where they can really practice independently. Versus us, we're getting like med school crash course. We're trained at the primary care level, and then go through and I'll do a 4-week rotation at the emergency room, and then I can go and just start practicing. So it's
Yeah.
Novant has it set up to where the PAs and the MPs pretty much are kind of like in the urgent care section of it, the fast track. Come in, get something treated real fast and taken out, and then you still got the physicians there to back you up. But
Right.
we shouldn't be independent in that regards, unless maybe in a primary care setting and you got somebody you can kind of phone into, or get some help if you need to, or
oversight.
consult,
Yeah.
a little bit of oversight. Yeah, we definitely don't need direct oversight, but so emergency medicine, I don't know. I've done it for so long. I'm kind of ready for a more stable lifestyle. It's kind of why.
So if you went into that side of it, would you still have to? It wouldn't be like a shift work type stuff, would it? Or would you just have?
Emergency room might be, because they do like 12 hours, and I know here they do like weird, you'll work 12s during the days, then you're changed to different hours, and you'll go through the nights and stuff like that. I think maybe office work would be kind of nice to actually have weekends and holidays off. We just did cardiology, and I did well in that. So, and I really like it. I've always liked cardiology.
Right.
When EMS doing 12 leads, and so it makes a lot more sense to me. So cardiology might be good. I'm going to try to do that as one of my elective clinical sites. And then orthopedic surgery. I did.
I feel like that's probably dude. That's got to be the same category as the funeral home service and then childbirth, orthopedic surgery.
It's gonna happen.
It's a guarantee.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are the two things in life: babies being born and people dying, that are going to happen. I feel like orthopedic surgery has to be right there with it, because it's going to happen.
Yeah, there's good money in it. I did, but when I did my shadowing, you had to get some hours shadowing people before you applied to school, and I went and shadowed family friend's neighbor, Carly. She's a PA at Emerge Ortho in their urgent care, which is over there on Oleander, down by your old house. Mm-hmm. And I sat there during the day, and it was pretty cool. People coming in with quick acute stuff. She would diagnose, maybe do a little treatment, and then line up surgeries or something afterwards. And, she explained, and I didn't know if I would like it. I just met her, and she agreed to shadow me. And but she put it internal medicine's hard. It's hard sometimes to figure out what's going on. A lot of digging, detective work, looking at lab work. Orthopedics is I got pain. Oh, there's your problem. Here's how we're gonna fix it.
Yeah.
And so it's just it's like a satisfying I can fix it.
I can fix it right now. Yeah.
And then
makes sense.
And then I shadowed another PA with Emerge Ortho who were co-leaders, or were scout. He's a scout leader as well. Been there for a long time, and him and his doctor. And I didn't get to go do one of the surgeries with him, but I did follow him on his clinic day, and I really kind of like seeing that process. And I'm hoping, he said he would take me on, and might use that as my other elective clinical to go do some orthopedic surgery with him. So I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Well, I like personally you going into orthopedics better because I'm gonna stay broke and I'm gonna need somebody to fix me. I always stay broke. So.
All these people keep coming up is like, man, you gonna go take Dan's spot at Medic or at
Oh my
Wilton Health? He's like,
God.
I am not fondling your balls, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, you can pay somebody else to do that, but I'm not. I
got a peanut allergy.
Oh, mercy me. Yeah, I like the orthopedic side of things because I'm not getting any younger. Steve is already really old. So, yeah, I know I'm going to need more surgeries on joints before long.
Well, I'll touch your bones. I won't touch your balls.
Well, okay. So vasectomies are out.
Yeah, fine, he says.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Glad to see you back in town.
Yeah, it's been a good week. Basically, just catching up on all the stuff I can't get done when I come home on the weekends this week. And then also, I'm able to catch up on the coursework I've let slide a little bit just because we'll end a block. We ended cardiology, but we don't take our exams till like a week later. And then there's no waiting. You start a new block. And I just kind of like, nope, not yet.
Yeah.
I knew I had spring break coming up, and I was like, I'll worry about that later. So that's what I kind of been doing, but it's nice.
So when do you go back?
Kids. Sunday.
Okay. Gotcha. You have to stop by the house and eat dinner one day on your way through.
Yeah, I can do that.
It's just like on the way.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
be silly for you not to. Well, it won't be Sunday. You can go eat with Holly and the kids. I'll be at work.
Yeah.
You can. They'd love to see you. So you said in a couple years you'll be done, but in like December you'll be back in town, hopefully.
Yes.
Sweet. So in December I can start the move from stuff being here to back over there. Is that what you're telling me? He said,
Man, I'll do my best to come here as much as I can.
Yeah. God, that would be awesome.
"Oh man,
Still gotta develop. I'm gonna stay with scouts. Noah's gonna he could have his eagle by the end of the year. He's rocking and rolling.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I'm pretty happy about that. So yeah, I'll still hopefully show up to scouts and come here.
I'm just talking shit."
That's fine. No, I want to be
Shit.
here.
I know you do.
I really miss this place.
I know you do. We want you here because, boy, this sucks.
It's amazing to watch you no hand over there or no look over there switching cameras. I mean, you got it down pat.
Well, it's not fun. It's, it can get distracting. Like, trying to be in the conversation. I was so spoiled. We both were so spoiled when you were here because we could just be in conversation and just let the juices flow and all that. And I'll catch myself in a conversation and then I'll go back and watch it on the thing. And it's like 20 minutes of me doing this. Like, oh God. Yeah. So you have to come change it or whatever. So it can be distracting, but yeah, flow's getting better. I guess you could say maybe, I don't know.
So what's next with the podcast? What's coming up? What can you discuss?
No, we can discuss anything.
Yeah. Yeah, the PFAs guy.
Yeah, the PFAS guy, he'll be coming sometime. He's waiting for a lot of like his stuff that's in getting tested, and a lot of the research is supposed to be coming out sometime later this year. So when he gets done with that and can speak openly, then he'll come down here and talk, hopefully. And then I don't know, man. There's always, it's kind of weird now. I told you this would happen, and you probably remember this too, but I told you at one time we'll have to stop looking. We'll have to quit looking for guests because people will be asking, and we'll just turn over to vetting. And that's happening a little bit. There's people asking to come on the show, which is I'm very grateful for. So it's, the same guy who's doing all the PFAS study. He has a lady that he's worked with whose husband was diagnosed with cancer, and it was clearly drawn back to PFAS. So she did a big documentary on it and stuff like that. So that's coming out. We talked to her personally, and she wants to come talk. And then the director of the documentary, Elijah, they want to come on together. So that'll be fun. That'll be a really good show. And then who knows from there, dude? Who knows? Hopefully, we'll end up at Safer again this year, maybe. And
Oh,
then,
nice.
Yeah, maybe. We both want to go to FDIC.
Yeah.
Bad. So we'll see if we
That'd be
can.
fun.
Yeah, if we can figure that out, that'd be a fun one to go to, I believe. But yeah, just kind of keep chugging along, man. I told Steve last week, I was like, dude, we need to get better at just talking to each other. But we talk all the time, so
Yeah.
it's like it's a funny thing. Unless we get like topic specific or something like that, then it's hard for me and him to just sit here and jabber and make anything that somebody else would like to listen to. I mean, me and him can talk all day. It's just like us. We can sit around and talk all day, but trying to make that where it's something for people to listen to can be difficult.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, fruitful conversation
There you
out
go.
of just a string of cuss words.
yeah.
I mean,
There's beginning to be a bunch of helmet cam footage and stuff out there now floating all over the internet. We should start a reaction channel. Like
Oh
start a
my
reaction
gosh.
show based off of helmet cam stuff, and we can just sit here and watch helmet cam videos and talk shit about how they're doing stuff.
Like ridiculousness.
Yeah,
But
but
for
it
fire.
yes, but for firemen, yes.
Trademark.
Tell them how
Yeah.
much they're doing everything wrong, and then how everything that we say is the correct way to do it and the way it should be done. That would be fun.
that would be funny.
The Monday morning quarterback or whatever.
Right.
Yes, yeah,
Armchair
something like that.
quarterbacking.
Yeah, something like that. That would be fun. Yeah, so I don't know, man. Just chugging along. Yeah, we still keep IFF guys, local guys. They come in and out somewhat regularly. So, we try to keep in touch with political side of things as well. And, yeah, just have fun.
Did you watch that Burn documentary they came out with? I know they released it at the convention.
That's the one we're just talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, so that was the
Yeah.
documentary. Okay, so did you watch it?
Yeah, I watched
That was
it.
good.
Yeah.
I would want to watch it.
Yeah.
Is it on YouTube or something?
No, I don't think so yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know. I saw they released it. Now I remember them talking about it.
I think you have to. I think you have to request it or something like that. I'm not sure the ins and outs.
Interesting.
So,
Why wouldn't they just want it out there?
I think that's the end goal. Is
Okay.
it will be out there. I don't know if they're just waiting for somebody to pick it up or what.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hey,
I don't check
just
into that.
Drop it on YouTube, man. Just spread the word. Unless they're wanting to make money off of it or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like
It doesn't seem like money's the
fundraise.
motive. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. But yeah, so that's it basically for us. Just trying to survive county fire and chug along with the podcast.
You kind of so nothing new with the fire department, or
Not
Nothing you
really.
can say
my
publicly?
fun sign out front of the firehouse.
I like all the pictures you post. They're
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah, we went through a hiccup. Some OSFM guy rode by, saw the sign. I can't remember, Lee, something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, this guy,
That's your boy, right?
Do what?
That's your boy.
He's chief of facing.
Yeah.
yeah, whoever it was
Yeah.
like, the sign has to be fire safety related, and I strongly disagree with that. I think strong mental health is like beneficial for everybody. Whatever. Okay. So I shifted to making them at least tied back to fire safety.
Yeah, I remember when you just posted, it was like some sort of motivational thing, then you just put "and fire" at the bottom of it, or at the end of it or something like that.
Yeah, it was never turn your back on fear
Yeah.
or fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just kind of like that thing you do with fortune cookies. You put like "in bed" or
In
something.
bed,
at the end
that's
of it.
right. Yeah.
And fire.
Yeah, same. So they were, County Fire was a little upset that that recommendation was made, and so they were taking it away from me, and they shifted it to somebody else. And then I had a conversation. So now I'm back to being able to do it as long as it's fire related. So that's a little small victory. I like it. I think it's fun to put the signs up.
Yeah, I love it too.
Yeah, community likes it.
Yeah.
Instagram likes it too.
Instagram likes it.
Yeah.
You gotta do it for the gram.
They're good. This whole stop, drop, and roll bullshit. Like, bro, come up with a new slogan.
Yeah.
Like this. Like, remember Smokey? Only you can prevent forest fires. That was great in 1974 or
Right.
whenever they put it out. Like, you gotta stay fresh, man. If
It's
you
lost its luster.
yeah.
Okay, now you gotta make a TikTok dance.
Hey, are you available?
Hey man,
Yeah.
I'm around. I see them all. I learned about all the new TikToks at school. I've learned everything I want to know, ever want to know, which is very little, about Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's still a big deal. I guess.
Swifties.
Last semester.
What? Okay.
Yeah, last semester there was like, I guess the big ticket get for like this coming up tour this summer. They were like on computer for like 2 days, like in a queue or something. They get it verified, and then like these girls got it, and you thought that they just won the lottery. And like, I mean, they were screaming and hooting. I mean, it scared me. Like, it was like I was just like, oh my, what happened?
Yeah, earthquake.
Yeah, and I look at one of the girls that's sitting at the table with me when we were eating lunch, and like she's just like, oh, they got their tickets, and I'm just like, to what? Taylor Swift. I was like, Jesus,
That's a thing. Yeah.
my God, like,
Awesome.
Oh, I thought it was somebody good.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. This is one girl, Emily. She's like real big into it. She just constantly sends me like songs, like you got to listen to one. I'm like, "Bleh." So I send her death metal.
Yes.
So I'm just like, this is what I'm studying to, and she's just like, bro, I can't even make it like 5 seconds. I'm just like,
That's a good time.
Yeah, it's good. It's funny the difference between like an undergrad. You're with a bunch of like fresh out of high school, and I just didn't talk to anybody unless I had to. But if I had to do a lab with them or an assignment with them, which was fucking painful. But the transition to grad, especially a very competitive grad school, like they get 1,800 applications a year, and we're like the top 36. And so even though they're young, they're very like we're driven, like very type A personalities. Had to have like a screaming high GPA, really good GRE, letters of recommendation, volunteer hours. They're all,
Go getters.
So it's a lot better to interact with them. They're, it makes school fun. And I got 2 people in class with me that are close to my age, Alice and Zach, and we pretty much just talk crap about their generation, and we're like the honorary old people. And we just pretty much like the text thread we have with the fire department. We've got one, and we got a big text thread that all the kids are in, or that everybody's in, and like we're just talking shit like over here. Like it helps. It keeps me sane.
Yeah,
it really does. Being gone from the family, they've been great.
That's good.
That reminds me of the going in HR. So tell me about WhatsApp. And I'm like, well, this is going to be fun.
She dropped that on me. I'm just like,
yeah.
It's not social media, but it is. I'm like,
No, it's not.
I don't recall.
Yeah.
Do you recall this? I don't recall that.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't understand how that could be deemed social media. Like, our conversation probably would be fun to scroll through and read, but it's not like
It's not public information.
Yeah. I don't know how that. It was just an attempt.
It'd be fun for some, not for others.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes HR is a good place, and other times they have an agenda. They're looking for a head to hunt or practice or whatever.
You're right.
Yeah. Everything has goods and bads. Yeah.
You're right. You're right. What y'all think? Y'all want to try to go find Sam?
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good. He's
Let's go crash the party.
Yeah, let's do it.
Are they downtown?
They got to be somewhere.
I don't know. Well, look.
Yeah, they got to be. Mm-hmm. I don't know where else they would be.
I don't either.
Community college?
Yeah. We'll text him.
I don't want to text him. I want to show up.
Yeah, it could be the North Campus.
We'll find out. Sweet.
We'll hijack his Find My Phone information.
Yeah. We'll figure it out. Sam, we're coming.
Yeah.
Jeremy, always a pleasure, my brother.
Man, thanks for having me on.
Absolutely.
So glad to be back down here and talking to you guys.
Nice to catch up.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I hope you enjoyed that episode. Do us a favor. Slide over to iTunes or Spotify or YouTube. Leave a 5-star review and leave a comment. If you want to support further, share it with somebody. Ask them to like, subscribe, and share it with their friends. If they can benefit from it, we need to spread it out. The more you like and comment, the more visible we are on all these platforms when people are just searching Firefighter Podcast. It'll come up Primary Complete a little bit quicker, and they won't have to dig quite so far to find us. We really appreciate that. Visit the website. It's a pretty good site. It's got all kinds of fun links and stuff. You can also find the shows there on the website as well, and that's www.primarycompletepodcast.com. Thank you all so much for your support. Again, we love you. Thank you for helping us make conversation great again.